applied because I was fighting with my ex. I was sipping on some wine. I was watching Love Island UK, and I was like, oh, I wonder when season 3 is gonna come out. And they were literally casting. So I reached out to a producer, and everything was just like history. After that, everything was just flowing back to back, interviews and like all this stuff. And next thing you know, I'm in Hawaii and quarantine for a month, and then I became an OG.
Okay, so did you really go on the show to find love or to spite your boyfriend at the time?
So when I did apply, I was trying to seek revenge at that moment of time. But then we broke up. We haven't like talked for like such the longest time. And I was open-minded. I'm willing to find somebody that wants me. And I went there with an open heart and an open mind. So I did go there looking for love, seeking love. And it's funny because the producers that were interviewing me, they're like, Trina, you're independent. Like, you have a career. You have all these things. Like, are you sure you want to be on this show? I'm like, yeah. I mean, show me what men you have. Obviously, they're hot.
Okay, yes, on the outside, but are they hot on the inside is the question. And that's the thing with the show is, as viewers, we're seeing hot guys and hot girls talk, touch, fool around, whatever. But were you nervous that your reputation would precede you in your career after the show?
Whew. So the thing with that, I already had an idea. I feel like with reality TV, it's like they already have their characters, like, you know, set in stone, and we're playing by our names. And like they're the ones who are kind of not manipulating, but they know how to maneuver how certain things are gonna go. So I already knew I was gonna be like that bitch that looked like she wants every man. She's not like a girl's girl or whatever. And it kind of hurt me seeing some clips. Like, I'm not that kind of person. Like, it looks like I'm just staring at people on the side and just like, that's not who I am. And with that being said, like with the men on the show, I think they're all great. Like I literally have friends. I think they're downstairs. We all had Friendsgiving yesterday, and like I do love them. Like they're all great people. It was a different experience. Let me just say that.
Okay, but how does it impact if you wanted to be a nurse again? Do you think it would have a negative impact on you?
Nurse. Yeah, I work on Thursdays and Fridays. I work my AM shift. I'm like charge nurse of my detox rehabilitation center. And I feel like that keeps me grounded because I love to help people. I love to give back.
Yes.
You know, like if you lose it, you lose it. So that's what I've been doing. I work and yeah.
Okay, you were in a love triangle with Cinco and Cash.
Yes.
Did you realize at the time that it was a love triangle, and what are your thoughts watching that?
Oh, of course. Me and Cash were very transparent with each other. We respected each other. There were times when things were miscommunicated, I guess you can say. And it was rough at one point of time. But, you know, at the end of the day, like, we just, like, respect each other more than, like, we're not going to put a man first before our friendship or our sisterhood. And that's something that I love and adore about her. So I did know about the throuple. Obviously, I was included. And it was a little bit frustrating only because it's like the man's not making up his mind. But once he made up his mind and like was looking, I mean, he was going after the girl that he wanted, I was like, okay, cool. You know, like I respect it. I was just
Okay,
for that to come out of his mouth. You know, it's like I had to milk it.
but it's so interesting because you put all of your eggs in the Cinco basket. How come? Was he the only one you really liked, or were you looking at somebody else at the time?
See, that's my problem in my life. Like when I like somebody, I do put all my eggs in one basket. Like I can't date someone when it's not exclusive and then be on Hinge dating other people or seeking other relationships. Like once I'm in, I'm full force. And I think that's Love Island, even though I was trying to change my ways. But yeah, I did that with Cinco, and I mean, it is what it is. You know, it humbled me a little bit, honestly. But you know, it's good because like I respect him and I respect Cache so much. So everything's good.
Okay, so Trina, we need to know for all of your fans, S'more fans, Trina fans, Love Island fans, what is your current relationship status right now?
Single and sad. I'm just kidding.
Okay, you are single. Tell us why it is you think you're single.
I'm single because I am not going to lower myself to make another man comfortable. So I do carry my standards very high, and I want a man that can be equivalent with that. And if that's not there yet, if I haven't found it, that's fine. So I've been just doing me. I've been thriving, like just self-care, like self-improvement of myself, and just being a better, like the best version of myself. And I love it. I love that I'm doing that for myself, but I do need somebody because it's the holidays, especially. Like,
Okay, speaking of the holidays, Trina, what is your type? How do you describe your ideal? Who are you going to be with in a year from now? When you roll around in bed, who's that going to guy? Who's he going to be?
so I love a man that's romantic, someone that is understandable, someone that is emotionally intelligent and very family oriented, and just someone that understands me at the end of the day. And like we can come to compromises versus just fighting and like talking over each other. So yeah.
Okay, even better, why do you think that your last relationship with your ex prior to Love Island didn't work out? What was it about that relationship where you're like, you're not the one?
Triggered. I'm just kidding. I think it didn't work
Was
out
he
because, huh?
was he beatboxing? No.
No, that was not him. I'm never life. No, I think the relationship didn't work out because we were just on different pages with our experience of life, and he just wasn't healed from what he faced with his trauma with his ex-girlfriend. And I am not a person to, I'm an empath, definitely, but I'm not going to be there to heal somebody. Like, I want someone that's already healed and recovered, and then they
Yes.
forward. So with him, like, he was just like unsteady, and I don't like being gaslit. I don't like men blaming me for things that I didn't even realize in my own eyes, because I do take accountability for my actions.
Yeah.
But when those things happen, it's just like, what the freak? So
Okay, so Trina, have you ever been on a dating app? And if so, what has been your experience on these apps? The good, the bad, and the crazy.
So the guy I was just telling you about, I met him on Bumble, and like he was picture perfect and everything that I wanted in a man. But once you get to know people for a long time, you see their true colors. I've never been on Tinder. I've been on Hinge when I sip on wine and I'm bored in my house or whatever. But I've never actually, like, on Hinge, I've never been on a date. Like, I'm so boring. Like, I feel like it's a whole ass task to be with people and like meet up with them.
Okay, but I need to ask you, because everything that you just mentioned are very superficial apps. So you're on these apps, you're being judged based on how beautiful you are. So every single man on that app is sending you a DM. But how about not judging a book by its cover? What is your thought, first of all, on the show Love is Blind? I want to know that first, concept wise.
What's my thought on Love is Blind?
Yes.
Woo! I watched it on Netflix, and I thought that takes a lot of patience, and communication is key. It's always good to be open-minded and transparent with each other, and I love the loyalty that they showed on the show. But personally, I could never do that in my life, because sexual attraction is a huge deal for me. Like, if,
For sure.
like, yeah, we may be having like deep conversations and like we're going in depth with everything, but once I see you and you're not what I like we ain't getting in bed together. I'm telling you right now.
Okay, but on the flip side, when you're on these apps, oftentimes, especially guys, they may not take the greatest pictures, and you're maybe missing great opportunities to connect with the right person on an emotional level, and you also may be attracted to them in person. Possibly?
I guess. That's
You're
all
not sold. You're not sold.
I know. No.
Okay. Well, we're going to get you sold onto S'more, because S'more is the anti-superficial relationship app. So if you want to hear a person's sexy voice first and you want to get to know them first without judgment, this is the app for you. So I need to ask you other questions. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is emotional compatibility for you?
10 out of 10.
How important is physical attraction to you?
12 out of 10.
What about sexual chemistry?
12 out of 10 as well.
And similar life goals and values?
I feel like with that, I'd say like come to like compromises with your partner. Like, if you want something and they're not really like seeing that, as long as they support you, that's all that matters at the end of the day.
Oh, we lost some light, so hang on 2 secs while I turn on our light again. Oops. Okay. Sorry. All right. So we are running out of light here. Okay, we're burning this place down. Okay, so I want to know from you, who would you marry, who would you shag, and who would you remove from Cinco, Andrew, and Will?
You're killing me, Oz.
Marry, shag, and remove. Who is it?
You said Cinco, Andre, and who?
Cinco, Andre, and Will.
I'd marry Will. Wait, no, just kidding. Okay, so I'd kill Will. I'd marry Andre, then hook up with Cinco.
Okay, very good to know. Okay, don't get offended. Your fans had some serious questions for you, Trina, and I would like you to do your best to answer them as real as you can be. So, first question is simply, why Cinco? What was it about him?
Cinco's an amazing man. He is career driven. He's humble. He's sweet. He's respectful. He has he's very family oriented as well, and he respects people. So he is a good man. And
how did you feel knowing Cash was also after your man?
Initially he was nobody's man because he did want me at one point of time, but then I was coupled up with Jeremy and then Cash, but I didn't know the extent to it. And once I realized after Casa Amor, damn, they really they do have a connection. They do have that chemistry with each other. They're in love with each other. I just took it. I swallowed that and I was like, all right, you guys do your thing. But there was no hard feelings. Cash understood. Cinco gets it. We're all good friends right now, and that's what's going on.
Why didn't you go after any other guys in the villa when you started to feel that Cinco and Cash were going to be coupled up?
I didn't go after any guys in the villa because, like I said, it's work. It's a task. It's I'm tired of telling people what my favorite color is.
Right.
People who I am as a person, and with Cinco, yeah, he's a great guy, but I don't, I was just not in the mood to really meet anybody else, and I was okay with that. I was okay with being single. I was okay being a friendship couple with Andre. We left on the best note. On that show, I had the best character development, and it humbled me. It really did, because I'm kind of used to getting who I want, but it doesn't always work out in your favor.
I could not agree with you more. Again, fan question, so you can't be mad at me on the messenger. Tell us more about this group chat, and why did you lie on Twitter?
Man, that group chat shit, I can't. So that group chat happened when I literally got COVID. And yes, it was me in the beginning. I was the one spilling the tea to people in the group chat, and I was having a great time because I was bored and I was lonely and I was quarantining. And after that, I told my cousin, I can't do this anymore. Do you mind taking over? And obviously she knows the tea. Everyone in your family knows the tea. So she took over, and then shit just went downhill. It was bad. It spiraled. But it is what it is. I said what I said. I spoke my truth, and I don't think I even shamed anybody. So we're good.
Okay, what do you think people took the wrong way from that? Is there a statement? Is there one thing that you said that you think people really took the wrong way?
Yeah.
What was it?
It was something not that it wasn't that great. I was just comparing people, but I shouldn't do that because it was immature.
Okay, so you have some regrets.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Will and Kira go the distance, or Kira go the distance. Will and Kira go the distance.
You said Will and Kira go the distance?
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
Will they end up together?
Yeah, they ended up together.
Will they continue to be together? Will that work? Will that relationship work?
So are you asking me how they're going to be in the future?
Yes.
I can't predict the future.
Okay, so you have no inclination if this is a good match?
I have no idea.
Okay, what about Shannon and Josh? Are you a fan?
Love them. So hard.
Who caused the most drama in the villas?
Who caused the most drama?
Yes.
Honestly, I don't even think there was actual drama in the villa. It was just a lot of miscommunication. And when things weren't said when they were supposed to be said, obviously that attention, the animosity starts to build up. But I don't think there was any drama people. We're all so close. I think we're the closest season out of everybody.
Okay, again, this is not my question. This is your fan question. Who has the most little D energy of the guys from your villa? Little D energy.
Little D energy. So What does that even mean? Because I didn't like actually see them.
Well, who comes across as if they're cocky, but you think they have a small D? I don't know.
Honestly, like with the OGs, I love them all. I don't think anyone had small D energy. Like no, there's no small D energy.
Zero. There's no small D energy. Guys, fans, no small D energy. Stop sending me these crazy questions to ask. Okay.
What does that even mean?
Okay, so Trina, I want you to get a glass or something. We're playing Sip and Tell, which is my favorite game. So you get to sip your answers instead of speak your answers. And if we're doing this correctly, guys and gals at home, get your drinks ready and play along with us. Take a sip if the following statement is true about you. Have you ever dated someone just because they were hot? If so, take a sip. Have you ever ghosted someone on a date, invited them to a date, and did not show up?
Hinge, guilty.
Holy moly. Have you ever been ghosted? So some guy invites you and they don't show up. Because the guy would be insane to not show up for you, right? Do you regret going on the show? If so, take a sip.
No,
Do you regret anything you said on the show? If so, take a sip.
The only reason I'm taking a sip right, can I explain myself?
Yes.
Taking a sip right now is because I did watch some episodes, and some things that I did say, they made it look like I was talking about a certain person, but I was talking about completely like a different person, which really.
Okay. So could you tell us maybe who those people are?
No.
Okay. Has a celebrity recently
that I consider one of my close friends,
yes.
but I was really talking about somebody that I look at as an acquaintance.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Has a celebrity recently slid into your DMs flirtatiously? If so, take a sip.
Say that again?
Has a celebrity recently slid into your DMs flirtatiously? Who are we talking about?
Trigger.
Nobody. Chase Demore. Is he one of those? We don't know. Okay. Have you recently slid into another celebrity's DMs? If so, take a sip. No. Are you part of the Mile High Club? If you are, take a sip.
What is that?
Have you had sex on a plane?
No, but that's like one of my wishes in life. I've always wanted to do that.
Question 2. Do you wish you had sex on an airplane? If so, take a sip. Or do you want to? If so, take a sip.
You're trying to get me tipsy.
I am, of course. Have you ever cheated or been unfaithful to a partner? If so, take a sip.
We weren't officially together, but.
Do you believe in love at first sight? If you believe in it, take a sip. Have you ever swung the other way, even a little bit? If so, take a sip.
What does that even mean?
Have you been with a woman in any kind of way?
Partner swinging, like pineapple, upside down?
No. Have you ever been with a woman in any kind of way? If you have, take a sip.
I mean, yeah.
There we go. We didn't know. Also, have you ever been with a guy who swung the other way? Even a little bit? If so, take a sip. No. Okay. Do you really think that you can find love on a reality TV show? If you believe that, take a sip. There we go. Okay. So, Trina, we asked your fans to send in their biggest dating questions for you, and we pulled one for you to answer. This is from Bella from LA, and she says, Trina, I absolutely loved you on Love Island, and I was so sad when you left the villa. With the popularity of dating apps, I noticed many people sometimes date multiple people at once. What is your advice for someone who is looking for a relationship on these apps? Should I expect the guy to be seeing 3 or 4 women at once? I feel like this has become way too casual, and I don't want to be someone's side piece. What should I do? How should I approach this?
So like I said, it's all about communicating with your partner. If you're dating and you're outside in the scene, it's okay for your significant other or the person that you claim that you're seeing to see other people as well. But once you start to develop those feelings and you feel like, oh, we can definitely expand and grow out of this, then you have to literally be transparent with them and let them know, confront them that you want to be exclusive with them. And after that, then everything's good. I don't think there's a problem with like seeing multiple people, because that was my mistake in life. I used to just focus on one person and that was it. But I think it's okay to explore your options. Explore your options. See what you want. See what you like.
Now, would you still want to be dating a guy that you like, but also be dating other guys at the same time? Would you be okay with that? Or would you expect the guy to just be faithful to you and you would also be faithful to him?
Honestly, I'm not the type to do that. Like, once I commit 100%.
There we go. Okay, that is very, so basically have the conversation. By the way, on a first date, are you able to have that conversation? If you say, hey, if you like me and I like you and we want to do date number 2, I don't really want you to be seeing other people. Is that fair to ask on date number 1 or not really?
Crazy to say, but I liked our date. I enjoy your time. I enjoy your company. Let's go on another date and see what's there.
Let's keep it going.
Yeah.
Love that. Okay, so Trina, I'm going to ask you to think of a dating or relationship tip to leave everyone with today. Guys, I'm going to give you my quick dating or relationship tip of the day, and then I'm going to tell everyone who's on S'more Live Happy Hour next week. So my quick tip of the day, for all of those people who are using those swiping dating apps, and you know who you are, including Trina, you know who you are, I want you to cover the faces of the people you're looking at and look at the bios first. Find something endearing about the person. If you're on S'more, it's already done for you. But if you can listen to their voice, if you can see their music, if you can find some common interest, I want you to send a message to them without even looking at their face and start a conversation, because sometimes we miss amazing opportunities to connect with people, and I don't want you to miss any opportunity of meeting someone special, even if it's not on S'more. That is my dating or relationship tip of the day. Trina, what's yours?
My dating relationship tip of the day is just to always be honest. Be loyal, be upfront, respect your partner, because I think respect goes a long way. And if you can't respect anybody, or especially your partner, then I don't know.
Okay, and what is the downside in lying? Because you know what? There are catfishers who lie about photos, and there's also emotional catfishers who say one thing to attract you and actually don't have a six-figure job or drive a car. What do you say to emotional catfishers?
I think when it comes to emotional catfishers, well, they need to stop doing that. Just be yourself, because either way, regardless, you're going to find somebody. Like, don't pretend to be someone else just to find your significant other. But, you know, I think it just comes down to respect and also just honesty.
Guys, honesty will always win.
So vague, but it's so important to do with whoever you see yourself with in the future.
100%. Well, guys, I want to say, first of all, thank you so much to Trina and all the folks from Love Island. If you like S'more, make sure you're following Trina. If you like Trina, make sure you're following S'more for all of your celebrity dating news. Next week on S'more Live Happy Hour, we have Victoria Burrito. If you do not know who she has 1.7 million followers. She's the coolest, newest influencer in New York City. You're going to love her to death. She may be dating a housewife, and hopefully she'll spill the tea next week. And Sharon Gaff, also from Love Island. So make sure you're tuning in next week. Guys, it's Friday. I want to tell you, you got to love someone, kiss someone, hug someone, show some emotion, guys, and drink something, whether it's alcoholic or not. Have a beautiful weekend, and we'll see you next time on S'more Live Happy Hour. Thanks so much, Trina. Thank you, guys.
Have a good one.
Good weekend to everyone. Take care, guys.